I feel so fucking proud of myself because this situation that I've been dealing with, I'm like, I know that if this was happening at any other time in my life, I would be handling it with just so much rage and I'm Tesla, and this is Magically Mindful. Here I share my journey of growth and what it means to live authentically through life's polarity, the messy and the magical, the highs and the lows, and everything in between. Think of this as an open diary for your soul, here to remind you that you're never alone. Things have been really good lately. Life is wonderful, and I want to tell you why that is. Well, one of my coworkers, he is such a character, like, it's such a beautiful soul, and he is so good about how he answers the question, "How are you?" His response is excellent, fantastic, like, always he's saying excellent, and, I have a background as a mindset coach, it's something I'm certified in, and I know the power of the words that we speak like the back of my hand. But one day he called me out and was like, "You gotta stop saying you're good or you're well." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "You need to say like you're amazing, you're wonderful, whatever." And over the last few weeks, I've been doing this, and that my new default is I'm wonderful. And still sometimes I'll slip up and I'm like, "Oh, I'm good." But ever since I started saying I'm wonderful instead of just good or okay, things have been absolutely magical. Like, I got promoted at my job and just little synchronicities. Like, of course, I can't even think of them off the top of my head right now, but just overall, like the the energy that's been present has been so fucking amazing, honestly. But with that being said, nothing is perfect in this roller coaster of a human experience that we are currently embarking on here. And the essence of Magically Mindful is all about the messy and magical sides of life colliding. I've officially decided that that is the podcast's slogan, where the messy and magical sides of life collide. So I love polarity, I love duality of life, and it is it is just so real, and it's no surprise because ever since the year of the fire horse has begun, so much has happened in such a short amount of time, and it's been really good things while simultaneously paired with not as ideal things, and I definitely, in the last week or so, have been in that once again, like, for example, getting the promotion with my job, but then something else in terms of business going very haywire, which I can't unfortunately get into it, but it's been very eye-opening, and I felt inspired to share this and talk about this with you right now because I've been on this journey of self, like, it started with self-love and then it just, became a healing journey, obviously, like, in my mind, self-love is the center of all of the things, like, to heal and to become the best version of yourself. I really do think it starts with self-love because if you don't fucking love yourself, then why would you even bother to put in the time or energy to better yourself, right? And as I am approaching my 30th birthday, a whole new decade of life, which I'm really looking forward to, but I just it's like, yeah, honestly, without even realizing it, like, I can look back on these last 10 years of my 20s, which is really when all of this healing has taken place, and, of course, like, I'm just getting started, there's still so much more to go, and then I'm, of course, also in my Saturn return because that happens, It happens a couple years prior to your 29th year of life and then a couple years after, and I am almost 30. I will be in, like, 2 months. So, there are just this is a huge time of reflection and lots of changes underway and lots of beautiful things, but also challenging things, and I mean, that is literally just life, but with this situation that I'm currently dealing with, I have realized how far I've actually come on my healing journey. And when I first launched the podcast back in March of 2023, the first probably year and a half of the pod, if not longer, was really dedicated to me sharing my journey with changing my relationship with rage. And that's because I used to live my life through a very negative lens. My model of reality was n- not very pretty. And that came from just my upbringing and not really knowing any better. I just didn't understand myself, and through all of my endeavors that I have made throughout my 20s, which was really diving into personal development and self-healing, I was able to learn why I am the way I am. And human design and astrology were huge keys to unlock that information to literally allow me to better understand myself. And through that knowledge, it has obviously helped me to transform and lead my life differently, far differently. Even if I just think back 3, 5 years from now, let alone 10 years from now, it's like night and day. And I think the beautiful thing is that I still am myself in terms of my silliness and my playfulness and my inner child. She is still very alive, but I definitely have gathered a lot of wisdom, which allows me to show up differently in my life for myself and in turn those in my life. And I just thought to myself the other day, when is the last time you celebrated yourself? And I wanna ask that to you because it's the micro moments in life that are worth celebrating. Like, we're always looking ahead to, the next big shiny thing and, like, the thing on our vision board, but it's like, yeah, those things matter and they're important and they hold value, but it's to get to that place, so much has to happen internally first, and that's what I'm talking about, like, celebrating that because, again, with this situation that I'm navigating at the moment, if this would have happened 3 or 5 years ago, who knows? Who knows what would have fucking like, how this would be looking, but this situation and again, I'm sorry that I can't give the details, but it's a highly triggering situation. It's dealing with someone with another party who is, like, absolutely delusional and trying to gaslight me and just walk all over me, okay, which they already had been doing that for a couple of months. And that's an important detail in this because when this all kind of came to be, this situation, there was just some shady shit happening from the other party, okay? And an old version, past version of Tesla, and I noticed it come up, like, she wanted to fucking speak her shit, like, talk her talk, And I chose to bit my tongue to bite my tongue because I mean, I was in a situation where, like, for a moment there, the balancing scales of authority were not in my favor. So that was a main reason why I'm like, "Okay, I need to just bite my tongue." But then as time went on, it was eating away at me of, like, because I can't not stand up for myself. Like, I am a very outspoken person who is not afraid of confrontation and is not afraid to say it how it fucking is. So, as you can see, it's perfect that I have a podcast that is completely based off of being authentic because what you see here is what you get in real life as well, which we love that. No fucking masks around here, okay? Of course, I might have to like I might not be able to share every detail of things because of privacy, but I still am gonna keep it fucking real. So, aside from that, I was just like, "Fuck," with this situation. I'm like, "Ugh, I don't know." But then, something else happened, and then I was able to make a move without actually causing any waves. Like, I was very much acting in my power and doing it in a from a place of being grounded and not acting impulsively or vindictively or spitefully. So that was great. But then after doing that, the other party started to act as what I listed a moment ago about, like, they were trying to gaslight me and walk all over me and just act like trying to rewrite history when everything was fucking in paper, like, in text and paper, whatever, like, there's no changing it. So, I had my moments where I'm, like, feeling so frustrated by it, but I chose to still act from that place of being grounded and within my own power and stayed detached from it and didn't act out of emotion and just acted out of straight fact. And that is not something that a younger past version of me would have been able to do. And I'm like, holy fuck. Like, even though this situation is shitty, I'm fucking winning over here because, like, my peace of mind and my sanity is still in check, and, like, I'm not letting this keep me up at night or fuck with me. Like, did it for a day or 2? Absolutely, but then did I go out with my friend until 4 a.m. and went to a techno party and all of the fucking any any worries or angst just washed away and has stayed far away from me? Absolutely. And this is why investing in yourself and choosing to walk the path of self-healing is so fucking worth it because life is still going to do its thing. And polarity is inevitable. And truly, since like I said, the fire horse, this fire horse for this fire horse energy has really, because it's really been polarizing for me because I'm like, I feel like more times than not, it's usually like, okay, life in the last couple of years, it's like there's a season and it's like super great. Everything is great. And then maybe there's a season that follows and then it's not as great. But there's very much like the ebb and flow over time. Whereas this year, and I'm speaking in terms of the fire horse year and the astrological new year. So I'm not speaking from January. I'm speaking from like March up until this point. It's been, like, the most beautiful, amazing thing happening while side by side something really fucking shitty in the same department is happening. Like, first it was relationship and then it was work, and I'm like, "That is very interesting to me," but it's fine, like, I find it very fascinating because I'm like, "I swear this has not ever happened so distinctly before in my life." But anyways, going back to my original thought, it is so worth it to do the inner work because life will do its thing, and challenges and obstacles and messiness, stickiness, those that energy, those moments, those experiences, it's never gonna be non-existent. Like, it might be less than other times, but it's gonna be there, as will the really beautiful, magical, joyful, wonderful, happy experiences. But the mindset that you possess absolutely changes the impact of what those not so great moments feel like. And I feel so fucking proud of myself because this situation that I've been dealing with, I'm like, I know that if this was happening at any other time in my life, I would be handling it with just so much rage and fuzziness, like, there would be no clarity, there would be no light at the end of the tunnel, but luckily, I'm able to, like, laugh about it and, like, not take it so seriously even though it is technically quite a serious thing with the way it's escalating, but life life is meant to be enjoyed, and I can confidently say that I'm able to do that even in the darkest fucking moments because I I don't know. Is it because I love myself? Is it because I mean, that's probably a big part of it. But I guess it's simply because I choose to do the work on myself. I have chosen to do the work on myself. Do I wanna say that I'm showing up day in and day out, like, doing work on myself? Not exactly. Like, I think there are seasons of life where that is all we do if you find yourself in that scenario or on this journey of, like, it is day in and day out where you have to fucking grind at healing yourself, but then it's also so important to not be all encompassed by the work because guess what? Like, we will there will be healing for us to do for the rest of our fucking lives. There will always be something for you and me to work on about ourselves. And I think that is why self-love is such an important thing because I'm like, no, I do love myself wholeheartedly and unconditionally right here and right now. I don't it's not, "Oh, once I get over this situation or once I reach that next milestone, then I'll love myself." No, like a big part of this journey is like you choose what I am day in and day out, always choosing is to love myself and that that just ties into everything. And then just thinking back to, like, the words that you're using and choosing to say that you're wonderful even if maybe you're not, like, that's part of putting in the work to alter your reality because it's like, why waste your breath on speaking something that doesn't even serve your highest intent. And it's like, it's not in like a toxic positivity or gaslighting type of way, but it is believing it while you weave it into your reality. And that is something that I learned from Chris Corsini, my favorite astrologer's new book, which is called The Audacity Experiment. And he has this chapter in there called believe it while you weave it. And that is a huge part of mindset work is speaking the thing even if you don't fully feel it yet. And it's not to say that you should invalidate your feelings if you are feeling down or upset about something, but it's like honor that, but choose to find the silver lining and the bright side. Because yeah, I think it is so interesting, like, you and I could both be going through the situation that I'm dealing with right now and look at it very differently. And to some, this situation would be very, like, stressful, and like I said, I had my moments of feeling not great about it for sure, but th even regardless of that, I've been able to be like, "Okay, look at all the good that's coming out of this." And even though there may be moments of uncomfortability, I have the opportunity to impact someone else's future so they don't have to go through the shit that I'm currently dealing with. So, I mean, there's always a ripple effect as well. And I don't know, I feel like I'm going on so many tangents right now, but I don't know, I have so many, like, it's like popcorn popping right now in my mind, like so many different thoughts about it, but I feel like the biggest takeaway from this brain dump is it is absolutely fucking worth it to invest in yourself and put the work in for yourself, for you, by you. And if you're wondering, well, where the fuck do I start? When someone asks you how you are, don't say good, don't say well, don't say okay, don't say all right. Say wonderful, excellent, magical, divine, joyful, you're present, anything but the other things that I said. And anything in that house of that energy. Like we wanna blow the roof off, okay? And also when you do that, like, it definitely catches people kind of off guard, but not necessarily in a bad way. Like, I think it's because we're always on autopilot and used to saying, like, "Yeah, I'm good." And it's like, "No, I'm wonderful." And then I am. And then life gives you reasons to be wonderful. That's the huge takeaway from that alone is that, like, when you do affirm things, the universe has no other choice than to bring you reasons to back up what you're saying. And I can attest to that. I can absolutely attest to that. And I'm just so happy to share this with you because I'm like, it is such a simple thing, but that's also the beauty of this work, mindset work, self-love, healing. Like, it doesn't have to be so fucking complicated. It doesn't have to be a five-step process. There's levels to it, absolutely. Like, this what I'm sharing, for me could be having such positive results because I have spent time putting in doing other things, sure, but it literally can be that fucking simple. Like, it doesn't have to be a laundry list of things that you need to do to start feeling better or to start having a more positive experience. And my intention with giving the context of like, yeah, I'm still kind of going through something that's not totally ideal, but things are still fucking amazing. And that's because I'm affirming that they are, even though there might be a thing or two that's not. But that energy that I'm speaking out into the world, that outweighs the other shit. And then it just like you become unfuckable with, right? That's really what we want because like I said, life is going to keep lifing and doing its thing and throwing obstacles and challenges your way. But so long as you're grounded and rooted within yourself and you are able to possess a mindset that is fucking awesome and positive, and it's not to say like we're not we're not robots, and we are like we have a spectrum of emotions for a reason. So like I said, like I still through this situation, like I had moments where I felt really pissed off and I felt really angry, but th- in the grand scheme of things, like that was only 5% of the whole picture. And that's nothing. Like, it's fucking nothing. And I really can accredit that to possessing that unfuckable with energy and being so rooted in my integrity and knowing who the fuck I am and staying authentic and staying real, even when life is doing something else. Before we close this episode, I have a very important question to ask you. How are you? And you better not have fucking said good or all right or okay. Let me know in the comments how you are and how this episode resonated for you. Happy summer solstice, and I'll see you in the next one. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone you love, and let's keep the conversation going on Instagram at Magically Mindful Podcast. For collaborations and partnerships, email magicallymindfulpodcast@gmail.com. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple, please leave us a review so we can continue to grow this amazing community.